Good afternoon, Wilson Middle School. I'm Sire.
And I'm Lacey. Today is Tuesday, January 22nd, 2019, and welcome to your Nightly News.
Where the week always begins with fun.
Hey, Sire, is there a joke for this week?
Actually, there is not, because you and Gabby always have terrible jokes.
Hey, I heard that.
Whatever.
Oh, really? Like you can do better?
Yeah, I can, but I'm not trying to, make you and Gabby jealous. So let's just get to the birthdays. Happy birthday yesterday to Robert Dabido, Caden Collette, and Shelby Webb.
There's no birthdays today, but on Wednesday, happy birthday to Alex Lechuga Polito, Jarek Fangman, Gannon Romer, Ellie Huffman, and Caleb White.
On Thursday, happy birthday to Cole Johnson, Caitlin Rutherford, and Kalista Campus. Sorry if I pronounced those wrong.
There are no birthdays on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, so that's all for the birthdays.
Happy birthday! And now let's go to school news with Bryn and Gabby.
Ever heard of Doodle for Google?
Well, if you haven't, Doodle for Google is an annual contest in various countries held by Google for kids to create logos and be put on Google as a homepage as a doodle.
If you are interested, this theme is When I Grow Up. Good luck.
That's a wrap for school news. See you in sports and performance.
Then girls basketball, you're going to win as you play tomorrow and Saturday at Princeton after school and at the Hamilton High School. 7th grade at 11:30 and 8th grade at 12:45 against Edgewood. That's all for sports for this week. Now let's go to the anchor desk with Lacey and Sire.
That's a wrap for your Nightly News.
Make it a great week, Wilson.
And remember, Wilson is compassionate,
Accountable, and driven.
Yay.
Welcome to Wilson, Mr. Moeller. We're so glad you could join us today.
Glad to be here today, Grayson. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity.
You're welcome. So we had some questions for you.
Okay.
The first question is, what school did you attend when you were younger?
Well, I went to some of the older schools in Hamilton. I went to Adams Elementary School. Then I went to Harding Junior High School. Then I went to what was called Taft High School back then, which is now Hamilton High School. So I've gone through the public school system, learned a heck of a lot. Some of my best friends are those who I met in kindergarten at Adams Elementary School. We still get together, go golfing and go to each other's weddings and all that kind of great stuff. So you're making friends for life here at your schools.
That's awesome. The second question is, what made you want to become mayor, and what influenced your decision?
It's a great question. I volunteered for a lot of things when I was younger, when I had hair. And, it was like for July 4th events and things like that. And I figured volunteering's a great thing. How can I become more involved in the city? How can I make an impact that'll make people want to live here, work here, play here? And I figured, what the heck, I'll run for mayor. And I ran for mayor and I won. But I've been a mayor for about 9 years. And before that, I was on city council. And I lost the very first election. I lost the very first time I ran. I got mad and thought, I'm going to do this again. So I didn't let that failure stop me. And I've won every election since I lost the first one. So
that's awesome. The third question is, what term are you on as mayor?
I'm on my third term, and terms in the city of Hamilton are for 4 years. So I got reelected last year, and I'm going to be here for hopefully a while longer. And I really enjoy serving the citizens of Hamilton, including you students who are citizens of Hamilton. So we care about what you think.
What does your daily routine look like?
It's very busy, like you. We start early and we work late. I'm a mayor, but I'm also an attorney, so I'm doing court cases and the like. But as mayor, the meetings that I go to are very interesting. Monday night, I went to a meeting at the Booker T. Washington Community Center and talked about how we can develop the second ward in Hamilton, get some more businesses there and the like. And then Tuesday night, I was at Crawford Woods Elementary School about how maybe we can get the neighborhoods around there to be safer, to be more visually appearing, to be safer. So that was Tuesday night. And then last night, there was a meeting at the council chambers to talk about pro wrestling on the west side of Hamilton. So, because there was an issue where the location was going to be in comparison to some neighborhoods. So we got together and we worked that all out. So every day it's something different. Every night, it's a different meeting to go to. But it's a lot of positive things. But there are some negative things. We have to work on those negative things to make us a better city.
Did you play sports in your lifetime?
I've tried to play a lot of sports in my lifetime. I played a lot of intramurals, basketball and all that kind of stuff, and I enjoy sports. My dad was a sports editor for 50 years in this town. He was a media person like you are. And actually, I played golf in high school. I was nowhere as good as Tiger Woods or these other folks, but I've always enjoyed sports. It's been a very important part of my life to go to events, to be involved with sports. And my friends who were like, athletes, I, encourage them and watch their games. So, yeah, sports is very important to, I think, just a good, well-rounded life.
Tell us a little bit about your family.
Right now, I've got the world's greatest dog, and that's like my family right now. I don't have any children, but I've been involved in a lot of the children that my friends have had and raised here in town, and my cousins. Obviously, the youth are our future, and you folks are leaders right now. So I enjoy talking to students and helping them to understand that they are leaders now as well as in the future. But had an interesting thing happen this past summer. A young man who is kind of like my son had a chance to conduct a wedding when he married his wife. And that was just a really, really neat thing, because as mayor, I'm allowed to conduct weddings. They let me do that. So it's kind of neat when someone that you know and really kind of help raise gets married, and you're there for that, and you pronounce them man and wife. That's cool stuff. That's kind of good stuff about being a mayor. But there are some very frustrating things being a mayor. That's probably one of your next questions.
What's been the most challenging part of being mayor?
I knew that was coming because I saw it on there.
Okay, yeah.
It's a great question. I mean, you're asking questions that the TV people ask and the media folks ask. It's trying to do more with less. Our budget has shrunk. We're not getting the same amount of money we used to get from the State House in Columbus. The federal government is not giving us a whole heck of a lot of money. So we're an older city. We're over 200 years old. So we've got like old streets, and imagine the pipes underneath the streets for water and all that. We're an old city, but we're trying to do as much as we can with each dollar that we get. So what's challenging is making sure we spend the dollars on the right issues. Well, there will always be, we believe, great police, great firefighting, great EMS services. We got to do that. We got to do the basic services the right way. But we're still stretching those dollars, doing the best we can to also have what I think is one of the best park systems in the entire country.
What has been your most rewarding part of being mayor?
I would say when you see projects that are going to affect the entire city go from the talking stage, and I got this vision, go from the vision stage to getting it done. And probably the project, which we're very proud of right now, is called Spooky Nook.
So we actually have a segment called Round the Block where we actually talk about things that basically run outside of Wilson, and Spooky Nook was actually one of them.
Great, great.
Do you actually have some suggestions for Around the Block?
Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, if you give me your media contacts, we will give you information when there's going to be grand openings, whether it be a restaurant, whether it be a significant park improvement, because we want you there covering it. And there's going to be a lot of those things happening in 2019, because a lot of folks want to invest their money and their resources in Hamilton right now. Some of it because of Spooky Nook. But yeah, I like to have you there as part of the news team covering what we have going on. And if we have a significant park improvement, hey, love to have you there. When we have what's called our home improvement weeks, when we have young people volunteer their hours to like maybe paint part of a house and that kind of thing, I think it'd be great coverage to have you covering people your age doing positive things. And if something negative happens, you can come talk to myself and you can interview us when something negative happens, because that's all part of the news. Luckily in Hamilton right now, there's a lot more positives than there are negatives. But we are the second largest city in the tri-state, next to Cincinnati. So we have some big city issues and we're addressing them. So yeah, I'd like to have your news team be involved with what we have going on in Spooky Nook. It is the, I'm going to say, world's largest under-roof sports complex. It's a $140 million project, and it's going to have, you name any sport, it's going to be there. Everything from soccer to softball to lacrosse, to fencing. It's all going to be under roof for our young people in our city, as well as those who come into our city to compete. And it's going to have the second largest convention center in the entire area, next to the Duke Energy Convention Center down in Cincinnati. So we're going to have lots of visitors to Hamilton. They're going to drive past our schools and our homes, and we're going to show these visitors how proud we are of Hamilton. But Spooky is also for our citizens. So your news team could cover things there. You could get jobs there possibly as high school students. So that's a project where you see it go from discussion to getting it done. So it's that type of project which we're very proud of. We're very proud of the fact that we developed our downtown and our Main Street to being a place where people feel comfortable, will go to. Instead of going down to Cincinnati and all that kind of stuff, we've got a lot of positive things going on here. So it'd be great to be a young person in this town like the two of you are. I'm not as young as I used to be, but to be young in Hamilton right now, hey, this is the place to be. It truly, truly is.
All right, well, that's all the questions we have for you today.
Thank you. Great job.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for the opportunity.
We hope you enjoyed coming in today.
I really did. Brought a smile to my face. It really did.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.